When I was about 7 years old, I saw fresh blood on my mom's leg. I was worried, anxious, and then I asked with my mom. She replied later, it was a curse from the God. When you grow up, you also have the same. That was the first striking question in my life. Oh, I born because of the curse from the God. I keep thinking, how can I die and born as a boy?
In the far western region, it is called chau padi. Chau is a pollution and padi is the hot. When a girl or woman is menstruating or she is in period, she is not supposed to touch the things inside the house. She is not supposed to live inside the house, and for that she has a small hut outside, which is not in any sense appropriate for a person to live in.
During menstruation, I find more than 40 types of restriction related with the food, related with the touch, related with the mobility.
Even if there is no chaupadi per se here in urban areas and other part of the countries, but they are again, restricted to practice their daily life. They are not supposed to touch the other persons inside the home. She is not supposed to worship. She is not supposed to visit temples. She is not supposed to even participate in the family gatherings and other auspicious works.
अब यो त हामीले पहिलेदेखि त गरिराखेको हैन हाम्रो हजुरबाहरूले हजुरआमाहरूले देखि त सिकाएर मम्मीले नि बार्नुहुन्छ किचनमा पस्नुहुन्न हाम्रो घरबाट ढोकाबाट भित्र पस्नुहुन्न भन्नुहुन्थ्यो झन् हाम्रो त पहाडमा घर हैन अनि त्यहाँबाट त्यो भित्र पस्दैनौं अनि एउटै बिस्तारा नि गर्ने थिएनौं त्यसरी सिकाइरहनु भएको थियो अनि त्यही अनुसार हामीले पनि अहिले पनि बार्ने चलन छ
During menstruation is a bit liberal in comparison to western side of Nepal, Kathmandu. But again, we have some barriers like we are not allowed to go kitchen, we are not allowed to touch any temple and god statues. You see, we are not allowed to touch our mains. If you are living in joint family, then your life is like a hell.
Given that the men or the boys who are not menstruating tend to think that they have a higher position than their sisters who are menstruating. So that creates a difference already in the mindset of those adolescent or let's say 10, 12-year-old children. They already start to think that, okay, I am a man and I can sit on this table and eat with my family, whereas my sister is not allowed. So that means there is already a hierarchy that's created from that period, which means that as they grow up, that hierarchy tends to stay with them. So, which is why even when we talk about females' participation in politics in the future, because of that, there is always the insecurity even amongst females that, okay, I am a little bit lower compared to men because I have been, enduring this ever since I started menstruating. So it does have political implications.
They heard from the priest, from a neighborhood, from everywhere because of the religion. If they don't follow it, there will be something wrong in the family or in the community. Someone died or get sickness or they lose property or something like that. And they don't like to take a risk. When I was 9 years old, I left the house. I decided to commit suicide, so I went to the forest, but halfway I back. Later, I went to the nursing college. when I was about 15 and a half, I went through the title of menstruation. And that time I really feel power. And I feel regret within myself. Oh, why did I do that kind of decision for committing suicide? Menstruation is all about the power. Because of the menstruation, this universe is moving forward. And this is my pride. The learning from the bottom, I document it, and then I lobby with the evidence at the national level and the global level. I wrote this book when I was in bed rest because of my accident. Because the frontliner staffs from the NGO, from the government, from the journalists, those who are talking about abolishing the restriction, they don't know what is the menstruation.
राधा पौडल हैं, वो भी उन्होंने भी बहुत आवाज उठाई है, तो आप सोचते हैं कि उनका भी कोई योगदान रहा है इसमें?
नहीं सर, वो बहुत, उसने भी पश्चिम, जो सुदूर पश्चिम में बैठकर बहुत कैंपेन चलाया। इसका अवेयरनेस कैंपेन में उसका बहुत रोल है सर, बहुत। 2-3 बार कमेटी में आकर उसने बात की, छलफल की। बड़ी अभियंता है राधा जी।
From the long activism and lobbying and advocacy, last year we had a law on menstrual rights. If anyone violate or discriminate the rights because of the menstruation, that person could go to jail for 3 months.
अनि पहिलाको मान्छेहरूको सोच हुनसक्छ इम्प्योर भयो हामी भनेर, त मलाई अहिले लाग्दैन, किनभने यो त एउटा प्रोसेस हो, एउटा डिस्चार्ज अफ द इम्प्योर ब्लड हो, त्यसमा त कसरी न इम्प्योर भयौँ र हामी। आई थिङ्क इट इज अ गुड थिङ फर द वुमन्स फर देयर सेक्सुअल प्रोग्रेस, सो आई डोन्ट थिङ्क इट इज अ इम्प्योरिटी।
अभी कानून बनने से पुलिस लोग भी एनजीओ का साथ मिलकर काम कर रहे हैं। अब तो कानूनी रूप में उसका कदम आगे बढ़ने में मदद हो रहा है।
But I'm a little bit worried that the movement is not directing towards the dignity. It's not directing towards unpacking the mindset, but it is more focused on hygiene and sanitation. Hygiene and sanitation is important, but not an ultimate aim to guarantee the dignity during the menstruation. We have to create the enabling environment to let girls and women to live with dignity during menstruation. The dignity is first comes from the mind. We have to dismantle the mindset of the people. Why they have that kind of feeling that they cannot touch their children or husband or fathers.
It has to be, in the school curriculum systems, so that they can learn new things. They can learn things that is not, that they do not learn in their family.
I'm happy and optimistic. Some bubbles coming up for hope and optimism, and if everywhere we got the positive energy, we can make it happen.